Welcome to From the Driver's Seat, the Averitt podcast for all Averitt drivers to keep up with news and information across our network. Make sure to subscribe on your preferred podcasting app to make sure you're notified as soon as every episode drops. And now, hosting from the driver's seat, Director of Driver Services, David Broyles.
Hey everybody, it's Dave Broyles. We got a great podcast today. Got a guest that's been with me many times, so he doesn't even need an introduction, but it's Dan Singer. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing great, David. Thank you.
Good to see you again. And we're going to talk about transfers today, and I think that's something that's really important, not just to Averitt, but every business unit that we have, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's, and we'll get into it, but I think it's a differentiator that separates Averitt from the peers in our industry.
Absolutely. And I don't know of another company that has the ability to transfer drivers to positions within the company home daily. Dedicated accounts, shuttle, city, truckload, whatever anybody's looking for a driving position, we have it. And when somebody comes in, they can go to one position and then transfer to another position to another position. You don't have to stay at one position forever, and they get what they want. It makes them happy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it also, I've always thought that it kind of allows them to take positions that fit their lifestyle as their life is changing. So, you know, what's right for a guy or girl who's 30 years old and, can really hit that freight is going to be a lot different than a guy or girl my age. So
that's true. As your family grows, people, and kids start playing ball, parents want to stay home and watch ball more.
Exactly.
And we have that opportunity. It really is an opportunity, isn't it?
Yep, it sure is.
From your perspective, from obviously your business unit is dedicated. Let's talk about dedicated for a minute and how important transfers are to dedicated.
Oh, it's anytime we bring up a new operation, and even ongoing, because there's always going to be some amount of churn. We are actively targeting internal transfers, and while I don't have the percentages right off the top of my head, I mean I think it's internal transfers are the biggest source of our quote unquote new hires within the dedicated business unit. So and it's perfect. Well, I believe it's good for the associate, but it's perfect for dedicated because our customers get the benefit of a well-trained Averitt associate that already knows the company, knows our values. They got to learn the operation, but that's the easy part.
Plus, you get that little cadre of people in the beginning that are all already Averitt. When the new drivers start coming in, they start spreading that Averitt culture.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really huge, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially more so in dedicated. It's probably similar to truckload because in many cases we aren't operating inside of an Averitt facility. So those internal transfers, the current Averitt associates really serve to help us create the foundation of our culture. And when you're operating in somebody else's building, that's sometimes it can be more difficult. So when you bring over an experienced associate who already embraces our culture, knows what's important to us, and they exhibit that just sets the tone for the rest of the operation.
Plus, it makes it really nice. That driver gets the opportunity maybe to move to a home daily position.
Oh, yes.
Or a position where they know they're going to be gone Monday to Friday and they're going to know what time they're going to leave.
Static routes, no touch.
All those type of things. And plus the consistency of income, which that's a plus too.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And that helps us with everybody. I think it helps all the drivers get to where they eventually want to be. And some drivers want to stay in truckload, some drivers want to stay in dedicated, and then some drivers like to move around. I've seen drivers that's been 20 years that's transferred multiple times in a 20-year period,
or sometimes that they're the same city position. So I think our ability to offer that flexibility, I think that's a direct contributor to the size of our over 20 team.
Oh, absolutely. Drivers stay when they're happy, and everybody stays when they're happy. And if you're not happy with what you're currently doing, if you can move somewhere else, it makes you happier, and you're going to be happier at job, and you stay forever. And part of it is, years past, we necessarily at corporate did not know what drivers they wanted to go, which drivers wanted to go to a home daily position, or which drivers wanted to go to LTL or truckload,
or consider a relocation or whatever. I mean,
didn't know. Mm-hmm. But now, we're starting to find that out, and we're keeping that information. So, for instance, if Dan Singer wants to go to a dedicated position, we would know that, and we'd be able to help Dan get to a position he wanted to go or relocate.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's huge, because every time that we bring up a new operation, obviously we're working hand in hand with your team, and it's like, okay, we're opening this site in, Crossville, Tennessee, and you probably already have pre-identified associates across all business units, maybe not even currently living in Middle Tennessee, that would be interested in those positions. So I think that is just that's a win all the way around. It's great for the company, it's great for the associate, because we're on the lookout for what they want to do.
That's right. And it all goes back to, do good for the customer, and we'll have a long-term relationship with that customer, and we continue to grow and we continue to stay profitable. And that's really what it's all about, right?
Right. Doing good for the customer and doing right by our associates, because they are our lifeblood.
That's the nice thing about Averitt Express. We post all new requisitions as they come out for jobs. They're posted on my portal.
Yep.
And they go in on Mondays and Thursdays. And if you just drivers have to pay attention to my portal.
Yep.
And they can look at whatever job they want. Also, let driver services know what you're looking for, and we'll help them. So we do everything we can to promote that. I think that's a great thing that Averitt does, in my opinion.
I'm sure there's instances where we have associates who might be interested in other positions, but they aren't necessarily, looking on my portal to see what's coming up. So that's the beauty of the proactive approach that we're taking in surveying our driving associates about what they might be interested in, because there could be an opportunity that comes up. They aren't actively looking for it, but we know that they have interest, so we'll reach out to them. Right. That, in my mind, that's a perfect scenario.
And I think when drivers are talking to other drivers, not with Averitt, but they're thinking this driver might make a great Averitt driver, this is an absolutely home run.
Yep.
For helping recruit a new driver.
Yep.
Because if we don't have a home daily position, you can say, hey, you can go over to this position. When one comes open in your area, you're going to be able to transfer to this. It's not like you're going to have to stay there forever. That's got to be the best recruiting tool in the world, in my mind.
Right. And not everybody wants the home daily, but the beauty of Averitt with the multiple operating units, I feel confident we got a driving position that would be great for everyone out there.
And it's not just drivers having to go to driving positions. They're eligible to go to office positions, anywhere, corporate or out in the field or wherever a position comes up. And there's tons and tons and tons of drivers we all know that have moved into those positions. Right?
Over half the leadership and dedicated promoted from within. So I think the entire company has an exemplary track record of promoting from within. And I would venture to say the exact same thing is true of every service center.
Yep.
And in our truckload leadership group as well as ADF. I mean, I think that's kind of
it's our culture.
Right. It's our culture. It's our DNA to promote from within.
Yeah. Well, Dan, I appreciate you coming on. I think it's really important. Transfers are important. It's part of our culture.
Yes.
And it leads the way, part of our culture. So I think it's really important that we get information out there about it. So I appreciate you coming in and talking about it with me.
Absolutely. And as always, I appreciate the opportunity to come in and speak with the group. And before we part ways, I would just like to encourage everyone. We're having some nasty weather right now. Please, please, please use your best judgment on when it is safe and not safe to be out on the road. Thank you.
Absolutely, Dan. That's a great point. I appreciate that. Obviously, we want to make sure our associates at Averitt Express are as happy as they can possibly be. We have opportunities that no one else has, and that's something you need to think about when you're talking to other drivers and you're thinking about the People Like You program. This is a huge benefit that not other companies have. Nobody has the amount of business units that we have and the opportunities. It's something that sets us totally apart from everybody else. Keep that in mind when you're talking to other folks about coming to work for us. Appreciate you so much. Look forward to seeing you out on the road.